Hi, hi everyone. This is message guessing. Um, I was just want to go live. Um, about this coronavirus thing, and excuse me. And for some reason, yeah, I got my new St. Patty thing for March. I like it. My little leprechaun hat with my necklaces and stuff. My shamrock. Um, news for March. My neighbors next door moved out. I'm a little depressed about that. I liked her. If she comes back. No, probably not. She moved to upstate New York. 1:30 in the morning. Normally there'll be noise next door. I can't sleep because I'm 5 years of the noise and everything of the kids banging around and stuff. And now they're quiet. So you get used to stuff like that, and now they're quiet. Yeah, I'm brushing my hair because I've not. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's all not. Which I'll throw out in the morning. Yeah, and I can't sleep. Yeah, that quiet. I don't know why she up jumped and left without. I mean, all of a sudden, without telling anyone, she got a moving van, and I mean, she didn't tell me. She gave me a winter coat. Nice winter coat, and then looked like I needed it and stuff. You know, you know. Next thing I know, I see her packing her car. Like, almost a week later, not even a week later. I mean, she was all giggling, you know, laughing with me, gave me a ride to the store and everything during the couple days before, parked the car like she normally does. She didn't even say that she was moving or anything. Didn't even tell me one of her friends and everything. Next thing I know, she's packing a moving van in the car and left, and I walked, knocked on her door while she was packing the moving, and I asked her, where are you going? What's going on? Oh, I'm moving to upstate New York. I'm like, really? I was so one thought, because I'm a friend. I should know her kids grew up with my daughter. Her kids were invited to birthday parties and stuff. We haven't had chats together. We expected a little bit more, from this one. You know, I considered her like a close friend because we had so much in common. I let her use my internet. I let her. We did a lot. We He helped me. I helped her. I mean, her son helped my daughter. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, I grew close to her. It's just not right. It's not right. She didn't tell me she was going before she was going, you know. Now it's they're quiet, and it's gonna be weird in the morning when I wait with my daughter at the bus stop because it usually was me, Cindy, which is my daughter, this girl, Trinity, and Kaya, which is my friend's daughter. And then when those girls get on the bus, Malik, her son, would come out the door, and I would say, "Morning, Malik," and walk in through my door and have my breakfast and do the dishes. That was the routine every week. And for me not to say morning girls and hi Malik, it's gonna feel off putting. That was my routine for the past almost 5 years. But I have to get used to this now. And I'm gonna miss her and these kids. I got used to she used to say hi to whenever her grandkids came down and everything. And I'll miss the grandkids, seeing them grow up. I mean, Lorana in heaven, and then I miss them having them paint my nails and paint their nails, and they were so sweet to me. Excuse me for getting choked up. Just a part of me just leaving, without saying a whim or goodbye, not even thinking how it would affect me. You know, because I'm looking at Cindy's birthday pictures, which had Kaya Malik in it when they were younger. I don't understand why they would leave. I know she's been talking about it for 5 years. Oh, I want to leave. I want to get back. Blah, 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 blah. I want to go back to New York. I want to go to Florida. I want to go to Georgia. I want to. I hope she's happy where she's at. I hope she is. She can always come and talk to me if she wants to talk. On Facebook, Snapchat, whatever. Come find me and you can. You have a friend here in Massachusetts. You can. You'll always have a friend here. Your kids will always have a friend in my daughter. She told her that you just left. That they didn't say goodbye to her. But she will have a friend. They will always have a friend in her. Next topic. The EA Games origin thing that happened for the past couple days to a couple hours to whatever going on with the Sims 4. Yeah. Where the gallery wasn't working with the profile on the consoles and everything. I have no idea what's going on. I had it up yesterday. I was working with it. I'm gonna go check to see if it's working. To see if it's still working. Because it wasn't working this morning. I'm gonna go on PlayStation now. To see if it's working. Because it was working this afternoon. But I've seen other people still having problems with it. I put a video up on Facebook of what I was dealing with. And it was mainly the same thing. Where people couldn't get their profile up on Facebook. I mean, on their Sim, on their PlayStation, Facebook, or whatever. Let's see if it works. I'm loading it up. Their whole systems went down. For some reason, EA Games and Origins, their system just went corrupt. Decided not to work. Their help systems, I have no idea what's going on. I kept twittering them. Gotta find out exactly with Twitter. I'm gonna go on Twitter and find out exactly if everything's fixed. Taking 5, Nintendo, I'm adding. Excuse me about that, not adding anything in my nose. Loading right now, so the Sims, it runs a little slow, so don't mind it. It's in. Let's see Twitter. Patches. Hey, I got a follower. Got 2 people following me on Twitter. Thank you, Colin Z Hall and Resin, for following me. Gee, I got 2 people following me. Thank you for following me on Twitter. I appreciate that a lot. Yay. Games. Let me see games. They don't talk about it on this one. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Open gallery. Yep, it's working on my end. Yep, it's working on my end. Let's see if it works in the loading screen. And I load it. It's loading my memory. Xbox, Sony, might like loading the Windows, Square Enix. I'll follow them. Follow Windows. Go to my profile. Okay, now why is it taking a while to get to my save games? Okay. Got 102 followers? Really? Thank you for the 102 followers. Let me see who they are, because I will shout them out. Game Mike said, Alucia C, Overnight with Mike Larry, Mysteries Unexplained, I will follow you guys. I'm sorry, I've been so busy. $50 DJs? Oh, I am so sorry, you guys. Adorable Dogs, John Fight, James J. White, Fishing is my happy, Fishing is my life, Paranormal Social, Dorset Ghost is following me? Oh, wow. I didn't know Dorset Ghost is following me. Oh, wow. Thank you, Dorset. I didn't even know you were following me. Thank you. That's an honor. Thank you. Victoria Richards, a paranormal romance author. Oh, wow. Thank you. Best Fruits, New Jersey. Hilton Araguez, Kansas City Show. Thank you, all you guys, for following me. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to follow you guys. Okay, Mike. Now that I've seen that you guys are following me, I will follow back. I've just been so busy with my health and everything. I do apologize. God, I apologize. And well, let's see, Oregon. Like I said, the issues affecting have been resolved. Thank you for the health service for working. Doesn't even say anything about everything being back on. It's the EA help. Says the same thing. They really need to update this shit. But my shit is working, thank God. I was in the middle of updating New Crest. Let's see, 40/30. Okay, 40 by 30. Okay, and now on to the whole coronavirus. This thing sounds like what Body the Jesse the Body Ventura did in his that they're killing off people. The whole conspiracy thing. I'm a conspiracy theorist at heart too. Don't get me wrong. I am. Oh, my drink. I love this thing. Cherry limeade. Ooh, so good. So good. Now on to the main subject. I'm sorry I got a little off subject. What the hell? Sometimes it does this on my TV where it bumps me out. I hate when it does that. Yo, TV, work with me. I just want to go to search. Thank you. Yeah, let's see. Just sing. Yeah. Sing. Space. Yes. Yes. Sing. More. Yes. Sing. Yeah, right here. Okay. Mentor. Yes, mentor. I'm looking for the home. Classified. War on drugs. Conspiracy. My conspiracies. What is his TV show? Because his TV show there's this one TV show where one of his conspiracy TV show where talks about where it's like martial law and they have all these containment things for dead bodies and stuff.
This explosion came from below. But the first thing that I thought it was that it came from the mechanical room.
This is 9/11.
I went to
Giant.
when we hear all the way on the top of the building. I speculated that it was the plane hitting the tower. So these two explosions.
JFK, Plum Island.
The official 9/11 story says hijacked jets brought down the towers, not explosive devices. Now, and guys are telling me that humans turn into lizards.
Jesse Ventura takes on a conspiracy from another dimension.
I come from the world of pro wrestling. I've seen it all.
There's a TV show with him, conspiracy theories or whatever, where there's it has I have to find it. Find it. I have to find it. I have to find the episode. Denver Airport. Or underground bunkers.
Cares deeply about his country, but no event did more to shake his beliefs than the attacks of September 11, 2001.
This is September 11th one. God damn it. Where is it? I mean,
Jesse Ventura is operative in Beijing, reports back on Strong's latest activities.
Governor, Robin Eckert here. I'm very glad to help out the team. Maurice Strong is here in Beijing, but he's a very hard fish to catch. He stays well hidden, but his influence is everywhere. He's been here since 2005 when he quit the UN. He ran away during a scandal, left New York, and settled here.
I'm looking for that one episode. Where is that episode? Not that reptilian one. I know I remember seeing it. Where it's these black and they had them hidden like down in Georgia and stuff. And they were, I think I found them. FEMA coffins, yeah.
Not too long ago, I talked with Dale Bohannon, whom I've known since, I guess, the mid-1980s. And he told me something very interesting that he found back in the fall of 2000 while he was on a business trip. Listen to this, folks.
I was pulled to the side road, which was a new cut gravel dirt road in front of a business, a builder supply business, actually top-notch builder supply in Madison, Georgia. To my right, this was a
Okay. Now that I got this, now I can go down to the library. Put that up and make you guys see this shit.
To my right, this was previously was a soybean field, and this little new cut road divided this field. And the right side of the road
Look at all these
was
things here.
filled with, which I thought was portable toilets. So I never looked at them that close. Same in color, maybe black, but which was an odd color. And I was sitting there going over my notes, and a van pulled alongside of me that turned out to be the property owner. And he greeted me, and he was by himself. And so we had a good little dialogue there. And I asked him about the field of black boxes. What were they? Because I'd never seen anything like that. And his statement was that if he told me, I would be one of few people in Madison, Georgia that knew about them. And he says they're disposable coffins, I believe he told me. And he says there's 100 at that time, and he said there was 125,000 there. They were stacked. He told me 15 high. I asked him who owned them, and he stated that the CDC owned them and that they were leasing his land for storage. And he said his brother worked with the CDC in Atlanta and had been asked by the CDC to do a 3-year extension to place temporary morgues all across the nation.
So in January of this year, 2005, we decided to drive to beautiful Madison, Georgia, and take a look for ourselves. It was on a Sunday and no one was around, with the exception of this one pickup truck that was coming out the narrow road that we were going in on next to this field. We flagged down the pickup truck, and it was providential that the driver of this pickup truck turned out to be the son of the man that owned this field. So naturally, we started asking him questions. And he told us that not long ago, there had been as many as 500,000 of these grave liners or disposable coffins. We asked him for permission if we could look around, and he said yes. So we did.
We're just getting an idea for the size of these boxes. What could these boxes be used for? Well, they're called casket liners. And that's an interesting term, isn't it? It's a casket liner. When I first heard the term casket liner, I thought perhaps a lining for a casket. But this is too big to be on the inside of a casket. So certainly this could be used as a casket. This is an inexpensive casket. And you can see the size here. There's lots of room. I think my friends here, we could all probably get inside. It might be a little cozy, but we'd fit just fine. Which tells me that these liners can be used for more than just one. And one more
Look
time.
how
What kind of
many.
liners are these?
Casket liners.
These are casket
Look
liners.
how many.
That's what the man told us. We're told that there
They
are about
had this coronavirus planned.
Later, as I went back to my home office, I spoke up there, and of course, people usually don't want to hear too much about this kind of thing. So it's never been mentioned, publicly, except just here and there, because most, like I said, the reaction I got, people didn't want to know about it. The few people that I spoke to, and so I just dropped it. and till I went to a luncheon, a fundraiser.
Oh, come on.
A fundraiser for
Someone trying to stop me from airing that.
Saxford Chambliss.
See this
He
here?
was running for his second term for the U.S. House of Representatives. And it was a crowd probably 100, maybe 150. It was congressmen, senators, state senators, and mayors. There was one table we probably had 2 3-star generals and a couple of 1-star with their spouses. So it was a real powered meeting. But the keynote speaker was a congressman, and I don't remember his name. He'd just been in the House for a long time, and he was the chairman of the Armed Services Committee. And so he spoke in behalf of Representative Chambliss and the importance of having him on board to be re-elected due to our threats. But it had to do with the nuclear devices that was missing from the old Soviet Union, and it had gotten into terrorist hands, and it was, the emphasis was on the critical state that we face in this country. And he said we could lose tens of millions of people in the next decade, and he used those terms.
What did he just say?
Due to a nuclear strike on U.S. soil. And I was sitting there, and it became very clear to me that that could very well explain why just weeks, I mean, could be 2 to 3 weeks prior to that meeting.
They had plans of people dying.
On these, at that time, 125,000 disposable liners or caskets or coffins or whatever.
You were planning for an epidemic.
In that soybean field in Madison, Georgia.
You were planning for people to die.
Did you catch what he said, friends? At this high-powered meeting, it was in Perry, Georgia, near Robins Air Force Base, the largest employer in the state of Georgia, Robins Air Force Base. The chairman of the Armed Services Committee was the keynote speaker.
Hi, Arthur.
The chairman of the Armed Services Committee, whoever that may be, used to be Sam Nunn of Georgia, from the district I was born and raised in. Whoever that chairman is generally one of the most powerful men in Washington. And I can't remember the chairman's name at that time myself, but he said, this was in the year 2000, I believe, that in the next 10 years, possibly due to nuclear strikes, tens of millions of people could lose their lives. And we've just read what our prophet said. Now, what we've just seen,
and what's happening now?
Is one United States city outside, this is Atlanta, it has a metropolitan population area.
With the coronavirus?
Roughly 4 million people. So this is one field outside of one U.S. city, And the brother of the man that owns this field, that the government is leasing this field from to store these disposable coffins, this brother was given 3 years to set up temporary morgues around the country. Now, we found the website that we think these disposable coffins were made at, and we noticed that the lids that they're advertising on the website were rounded. But the lids, hundreds of thousands of lids there. The lids we found, folks, were flat and they were reinforced. You know what that could mean? You can stack them on top of each other. That's a lot neater to stack them in disposable coffins than what we saw after the tsunami when we would see bulldozers digging holes and taking bodies and pushing bodies into holes. America can stomach this much better.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what does that say to you? They had this flippin' plan from the get-go. They had this plan from the get-go, ladies and gentlemen. They had tens of thousands of these little plastic coffins since 2005 for dead bodies. They were planning a dead body of people dying in the thousands. From a nuclear holocaust or whatever. They were planning on something to kill us. They were planning on something killing us in the near future. From terrorists. They were going to plan it on terrorists. Ladies and gentlemen. These high-ranking people of the government. Wouldn't be surprised if they did this over in China. If someone in China did this. I got something in my teeth. Excuse me. And now it's killing people. And they were ready for it. Because look at how many of those goddamn things were over in Georgia. And this was back in 2005. People aren't dumb. I'm not dumb. It's another plague, another epidemic coming, like the Black Plague. And this time it isn't spread by rats or anything like that. They want you to believe it's spread by animals and shit like that, like the rats. It's not this time around. It's spread by us, by chemical warfare. By our own government. Trying to get rid of people. Because people believe there are too many people on this planet. The hatred and greed has gotten too much. Instead of loving one another and being peaceful people on this planet, we're killing human beings on this planet and making them sick enough to, and making us suffer. I watched a news special on YouTube, and it made me think of that. They had this planned. This wasn't a surprise. This was not a surprise, ladies and gentlemen. This was not a surprise. They're not working on a vaccine. Ladies and gentlemen. They're waiting for a certain amount of people to die. Then they'll bring out a vaccine. They'll saying it's an epidemic. And then that's when they'll bring out a vaccine. They're waiting for a certain amount of people to die. That's when they'll bring out those tubs. I'm betting my life on it. They're going to ship those tubs all around the world. So they can bear those tubs. And I bet you most of those tubs will be going to China. And Korea and stuff. I feel so sorry for those people. Those innocent people. And I hope Markiplier's family is not part of that. Part of those people that die. Because I know he has family over there. I pray for Mark and his family. Please pray for Mark and his family because I know he's out praying. And I know he has family over there. As being a fan and stuff of Markiplier, please be wise. This is more than just a big surprise. Look deeper into this. This isn't just a big surprise. It's been years and planning, and this is it makes me sick. Just look into it, people. Look into it deeper. This is Jesse, Messy Jesse, signing off. And please be safe out there.